Hey guys, Jesse here. I decided it's been a while since I showed you my updated version of Tech Genesis, and this is unfortunately the deck that I decided to take to regionals over Watts for several reasons, and I'll explain them in a separate video. But this is the deck I plan on taking to regionals, so I really wanted to give Tech Genesis a second chance is the main reason. But I'm going to go over the usual, the side deck, the extra deck, so forth and so on. So let's start here. This is a Tech Genesis Antimeta. Here we have a 3-Rush Rhino. He's the boss of the deck. He gets 2,000. Yeah, he's a freaking boss. TG Warwolf, TG Striker. Pretty standard. 3 Tengus. Again, pretty standard. And double Barbaros. So it's your basic 14 monster lineup. 6 spells. We have Book, Monsterborn, Dark Hole, Triple Plot. Good stuff. So that's 6 spells. That's it. Just the necessities. Then traps mean 21 traps. So we have the Solemn Brigade, Staples, Judgment, Double Warning, Mirror Force, Torrential, Starlight Road, and we go to Double Call the Haunted, which is so busted in this deck for several reasons. One, you can get a blind MST search for Tengu or Tech Genesis, and then you can Call the Haunted Barbaros for 3,000 punch. So very, very good. And then you have 3 Dark Bribes, one of my favorite cards in the game. It's really important to negate my opponent's key plays, which is also part of controlling the field. Not only monster hate, but it's also important to stop plays like 1-for-1, warnings, Dark Hole, yada yada. And of course, they're protecting from Storm. And we have Double Bottomless, just because it's bottomless. Double Deep Prison. Double Skill Drain, which totally wrecks in the format right now. It's just super good. 1 Tech Compulse. I really wanted Compulse for one main primary reason. It protects me from Econ and Mind Control. So that's pretty much this card is more to protect myself from like Deep Prison and stuff than it is for actually being aggressive. But it is good to get rid of a Catastor so I can horn something. Then we go on to Double Horn. I don't run Triple Horn anymore because over here we also have 1 TG1 EM1. And the reason I went down to 1 TG1 and Double Horn instead of 3 and 2 is because when people see Tech Genesis, the first thing they think about is these 2 cards and how to play around them. So they're not as awesome as they were when Tech Genesis first came out, when TG1 was just raping, and people would go insane thinking that all they would face is a Rhino and then they would get their monster taken from them. So people really think around cards like Horn and TG1 EM1. So instead of running the nuts of all these cards, I just run the 2 and the 1 for little small surprises that they forget about, and then I run more of the hate and control instead of the beatdown and the draw power. So I just went down to 2 and 1. It does make it more consistent because people always expect me to have a Horn and a TG1, and not having those really ups my advantage. So that's the main deck. I had to run 41 cards because it's necessary. Plus I have the horns for draw power, and I get the searches with TG, so I spin the deck a lot. So there's no worries running just 41. Off to, we'll go to extra deck first. Excuse me. Here we have your basics. Our Gladiator, I like it for the piercing, and it's another damage. It's another monster I can get that's ranked, level 5, and I still get the draw when it's destroyed, so it's important under Skill Drain. 1 Magician for decrees, ultimate offering, things you need to blow up in the background. Hyper Librarian, use it against plants to keep them from synchroing because you'll get the pluses. Catastor, because it's Catastor. Iron Chain, because Iron Chain is still really good. Plants don't like to get milled anymore. And it's really good to mill people out sometimes, and it's really high attack for 6. Besides, of course, Dionite. And we have Dionite. Orange Dragon, really good for reading Root of Stardust. Brionic. Barkion, amazing in the mirror match, and it's just really good for like a late game finisher. Stardust, for Starlight Road mostly. Mistworm and Trishula, because if anyone who plays Tech Genesis, you know that 9s are so easy in this deck. And Trishula, of course, is the boss, and Mistworm's an excellent finisher. Leviathan, I opt for only 1 rank 3, and I went for Leviathan because I'd rather have the beatdown instead of the instead of pulling back stuff from remove from play, since I don't remove from play anything really. Steel Swarm, it's still really good against plants late game, and agents also. And here we have Utopia. And that's the extra deck. Pretty much just any situation where I can get a quick synchro in with Special and Striker first. Side deck. Here's where I really change things. I have, instead of Kaiku, I took out Kaikus and I put in 3 Crows. 3 different rarities. Unfortunately, I have to fix them up. Anyway, I like 3 Crows instead of Kaikus because it's important that when I'm playing things like Dark World or something, that I have to get those cards like Ratha out of the graveyard immediately. And instead of having Kaiku get warninged or mirror forced from the attack and then getting Ratha in the face next turn, I'd rather have Crow in my hand, and as soon as they blow up a card or they foolish Ratha, boom, I just chain Crow and it's gone. So I like Crow a lot better than Kaiku right now, and that's why I main 3. And it's really busted against plants. Instead of getting Bulb out of there with Kaiku, I'd rather wait till they mill a staple and then chain a ticket to get Bulb out of there. So I really like Crow, triple Crow instead. Double Maxi because it's totally busted against plants and agents and just it's just the card of the meta right now. I really want to main Maxi. I've been consulting with a really good Yu-Gi-Oh player, a friend of mine, and I've been thinking about taking out a Duality and Compulse for Double Maxi in the main deck. But right now, if I top deck Compulse and Duality, those are a lot better than top decking Maxi sometimes. So I might stick to the way it is, but we'll see how it goes. Just need to test. So Double Maxi because it's busted. 3 MSTs for Decrees. 1 Transmigration Plants. Double Debunk, Dark Worlds Plants. Pretty much anything I want out of the graveyard. Double Liberty at last because it's busted. Dragons, Agents. And my favorite card, Double Imperial Iron Wall, mostly against Agents because if Agents can't get Hyperion out, you win. That's pretty much the gist of it. I might also cite it against things like Gravekeepers, so they can't deprison my stuff, because Gravekeepers love deprison. So I really like Imperial Iron Wall. It's basically so if someone goes macro defissure, like when I face Gadgets, or even Watts, and I know they will side defissures, I can just get rid of all that stuff with Iron Wall, and it really changes games. So I love Iron Wall. It's fantastic. That's the side deck. I really like it right now. I love the 3 Crows. It's probably one of my favorites in the Maxis. So that's the deck. It's stupid consistent, like I've said several times before. It's amazingly just consistent as hell. That's why I opted more to play this for regionals, is mostly because I took Check-Genis the first time, and I was really disappointed by the results, so I changed the deck drastically, and I feel it's much more competitive, and I really want to give it a second chance at regionals. I do love the Watts, though, but this is far more consistent. Plus, I always get a Tech-Genis. I don't lose anything if I get Starcold, Torrential, yada yada. I get the beat stick down I get the beat sticks with Barbaros, especially under Skill Drain and Call-a-Honids. Tengu is Tengu. I can quick synchro out of anything I need to. I can get 1 turn Trishula. It's really, really good. And I have all this control with my back row. It's a fantastic deck, and I'm really excited to see how it does this time around at regionals. And just wish me good luck, guys. So thank you for watching the profile of the deck, and if anyone has any questions or suggestions, please leave it in the comments below, or if anyone wants help with maybe their TG deck, please let me know. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.